Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest for you today, and that's the leader, one of the leaders from 1556 4VN. Now, Fo is an old friend, and he is doing us this favor by joining this interview because we have been streaming 1556 a lot, and I thought you guys would love to hear from a leader from there in terms of what's their thought process, how they're going, how do they assess their performance, and so on. So, without further ado, so thank you very much for being here today.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's an honor.
Yeah, it's an honor, man. Come on, it's an honor for us, small little channel, and we got four here. All right, now we know each other, so we're not going to go through the formalities so much. So I'll go to the questions directly. So the most of the questions I'm going to ask you, these are the things we saw on our stream chat, and most of the questions, I guess, the viewers interested about 1556 are asking. So the first question: do you think 1556 has a chance of winning this KvK, one Imperium versus three Imperium? What do you say?
Well, honestly, right from the beginning, it was one Imperium with three, but after the pre KVK, it was three versus three Imperium. So I think our chances are still good. I mean, we are fighting very hard, as everybody see in the last pass. But in the last pass, that 556, we pushed 2100 and 2244, both kingdom back to their zone 5. And right now we are just in the standstill at the moment, but our chances of winning, I think, are still good because with 556 we are a very what did you say, we are a very prideful kingdom. We will fight to our best ability, and we will try our hardest, and we will give our best. And with everybody in 556, all the well, all the members, I think we can do it. I am confident in us, and I believe that sometime miracle happens, and this could be one of that time.
Yeah, that's a great answer, man. But then the key word I'll say there is miracle can happen. So speaking of a miracle, is it like a 50% chance that you can win, or is it like a 5% chance that you can win at this stage? Where would you rate your winning probability at this stage?
Mm, if I'm being very honest, is that after fighting with 2100 and 2244, and with Pro 54, and still being very fresh, and 1228 being a very experienced kingdom from watching them fighting. I think they are very organized, and they are very good and a very active kingdom. I think our chances are around 30 to 40% of winning.
Well, that's much higher than I would say it is. But then you know what? But you know what? You are a greater player, more investment in Rise of Kingdoms, more knowledge. So I'm gonna go with your percentage. Now, I'm gonna complain about a farmer in your kingdom. So you have a player called Saz. I think he's a farmer. I think he has a lot of power. I think you should zero him.
Yeah, he is the biggest farmer. I know.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
and all I think if you zero him, you got a better chance of winning this KvK. But that aside, moving on. So in terms of the map, when we look at the map, we do see 1446 quite isolated, stuck in their own zone, and on both sides they have Imperium KDs. So it's not like, I'm not trying to say it's their fault, but in terms of how Diplo was done, it looks like they're having a pretty bad experience. I mean, being stuck and all that. So how come Diplo was done in a way where it's a bit uneven, and to some extent it's not fair, I would say. So what's your comment on the Diplo situation? How did it end up being like what it is now?
Um, the Diplo in this KVK, it's very complicated, I must say. And from the beginning, when I had an idea about the map and the kingdom that signed up on this pop, and 1254 they signed up the very last second, so I already knew 100% that 556 and 254 will be in the same kingdom. And I knew like there was other Imperium that signed up, and one of them would be 2244. So I reached out to, actually no, they reached out to me, and we had like a conversation about what the possibility of the KvK, and how things would be, and we agreed to be allies at the KvK, at the KvK. And then after that, I wanted to, I knew that there's gonna be a few Imperium in there, and I had 2244 an Imperium kingdom, and I wanted to, wait to see what other kingdom that would be in our KvK, because I kind of want to make like a fair matchup, you know, and a fun time for everybody. Because if we had all the strong kingdom on one side, then maybe it would be unbalanced. So I was, after I had an agreement with 2244, I was just waiting on the math on Monday to kind of like, decide with my ally 2244 to see what other kingdom out there for us to be able to create a balanced map. But things didn't go as I expected, and by the time the map came out, I found out a few things that wasn't in our favor. And and it's kind of like we had to just accept the situation, and move on from that. And our Diplo team, we actually have a very good Diplo team. And this KvK, it just didn't work out the way that we wanted. But however, I think I still believe in our current ally, because 1446, as you see, that they fought very very hard, and they are a very good kingdom. uh 1148, they also very active from what I seen. They have a lot of players. And 1256, they are a famous kingdom from a long time, for a long time. So we for our Diplo team, I think we are from this KvK. It was a very complicated. So I don't know how, like, how to word it properly. But I think from the perspective, I think we did okay for the Diplo situation.
Yeah, no, I think I kind of can relate to what you're saying. As in, obviously, the intention for every big Imperium kingdom is kind of try to have a fair fight so that it's fun for all, just to summarize what we are saying. But then sometimes in life, we come across situations that are not in our favor. And then this is a good test for 1556, to be honest. As in, if you're fighting, two Imperium versus two Imperium, and if you win that, I don't know how much you're proving yourself. But then at the same time, even if you lose, if you're fighting against three Imperium kingdoms, and if you show a great battle, that's probably more of a reputational boost for you. So, I mean, as long as you keep up your end. Now, you have been fighting 2100 and 2244 for a while. Are you happy with the progress that you made? As in, I can see that you entered the zone 5, but do you think that's enough? Or do you think you're gonna have to kind of roll back when 1254 joins the fight?
Mm, Actually, there's a few questions in that in the same sentence. So I will
Quite a
answer.
few, actually. Yeah.
So I will answer it one by one. So first of all, 1556 is a fighting kingdom. I am very proud of 556, and I'm very proud that they believe in me to become one of their leader. And we are not a a kingdom that will just stop fighting because we are in a bad situation. We will always give our best. That's what. And then every single of us is that we are ready to fight. We are ready to give our all. And most important of all, this is a game, and the most important thing is the game is to enjoy and have fun, and that's what we're doing. We are laughing all the time in our Discord when we on Discord, fighting. And winning or losing, I mean, winning is fun. Of course, everybody want to win. I want to win too. But even if we lose, I don't think that it will be a big problem for 556 because we believe in each other. We are a very solid and stable kingdom, and there's always the next KvK. You know, it's not a big deal. And for the second question, right now, the situation right now, as I see, is that we cannot because of the Commander Flavius came out at this time, so it's kind of like the meta in defense right now. So it's very hard for
Yeah.
us to advance. So we kind of at a standstill at the pass with 2244 and 2100. And 2100, they are a smaller kingdom than us. They're based on their powers and stuff. But they had put up a very, very good fight. And I am very impressed with 2100. And they are, and I hope and I wish them all the best in the future. And I don't know, I haven't fought 2022, 28 yet. So I'm not sure, but from what I'm seeing, they are also a very good kingdom. 1254, they are our best friends, so I can't I don't have to say much about them anymore. Everybody knows 1254. And 2244, they did okay. In my opinion, they did okay. But I think 2100 is probably the MVP so far.
Yeah, I can kind of relate to that. We have been streaming your KVKs quite a lot, and there's a lot of viewers that are interested in seeing that stream. Like, I'm not a big YouTuber or anything, but then when I'm streaming 1556, 1254, the bigger sort of kingdoms fighting, then obviously there's a lot more viewers. Now, you mentioned about your best friends, 1254, and this is kind of a question that I need to ask. But before that, there's one other thing that I want to touch base on. So you mentioned how at the moment you're in a attacking or aggressive situation where there is a garrison meta with Flavius, but then based on the latest announcements, pretty soon we're going to see, like in 2 weeks' time, we're going to see the counter to Flavius come in, right? The new archer commanders coming up in MG and in Will, Henry, Boutica, and all that. So by the time Henry and Boudica comes out, that's the time when common sense say that you are probably going to be in a more of a defensive situation when you're going to be fighting against two Imperium kingdoms plus 2100. So that's when it's actually going to be a rally meta. So what's your thought on that?
Well, if I think the new archers coming out, I don't think they will come out during our KVK. I hope not
Oh,
because
I thought they're coming out in 2 weeks. No.
I don't think so because I think they're coming out maybe somewhere in the end of July or maybe in mid July.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay. For your sake.
I think that's very lucky for us because if I don't know if Lilith hate us or something if they're gonna release if they're gonna
Yeah.
release a commander to the meta defense when we are attacking and then now we are defending they're going to release a archer then Lilith must not like 556 or something but
Hey, man.
I actually love them a lot because I spend a lot of money into the game so we hope that they give us a break.
You got the direct connection with Lilith though. You got Baba TC Ataturk on your side now. Maybe get Baba to put a call in. Gabe is not ready for Henry to come out yet, and then you're
No,
sorted.
I think five. Well, for 1556, like I said before, we are a fighting kingdom and we are very prideful. So whatever commander it is, we will just give our best.
Yep, nah, that sounds good, man. So coming back to your best friend kingdom, 1254.
There's going to be a lot of opinion from members because there are too many, and we cannot control everybody. You know what I mean? But from the leadership standpoint, like I think that 254 and 556 will be fine after this KvK. We are actually very tired of fighting each other. I think, and we are though we really don't want to fight each other again and again and again. You know, like I said,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
there's gonna be an end to every story, and I think our story, our love story, will have an ending after this KVK.
Is there a possibility that in future we may see 1254 and 1556 being the same KvK but allied for a change rather than fighting each other? Is that a possibility?
In life, there's always a possibility to anything if people are open to that possibility. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
for me, and to I'm actually good friend with many people in 254, like Bunny. Me and him, we talk a lot. We actually did interview together before, and Russ, he's also one of my friend, and I actually consider 254 a friend. You know what I mean? And I don't know the future. So right now we are still in this KVK and we are enemies. So I don't know the future. But you never know though. Uh maybe one day we might shock the war. We might
Yeah.
shock the war, and maybe 254 and 556 will have the perfect ending to our love story, like I said.
Yeah, that'll be great. Now, guys, viewers, I'm talking to the viewers now, not for. So, wouldn't you guys love to see a KVK where it's a 2v6? So, 1254, 1556 allied versus they don't care who the enemies are. But then 2v6 in a strife of 8. We would all love to see that one day for. How about we put a dare on you? Make that happen, and then we'll believe that you got a good Diplo team.
Yeah, you never know. Like I said, I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
254 are tired of fighting us too. Even though
Hmm.
we there's their members trash talking each other here and there, but it's a game. People trash talk is part of the game. But I know from deep down inside, 254 respect 556, and we also respect them because at the end of the day, we already showed the world. Everybody know 556, and everybody know 254 are two great kingdoms, and we are two of the top kingdom when it come to our activity and our fighting will.
So 1556. What's after this KvK? So are you guys looking at powering up even more and kind of trying to become like 1846, or are you guys kind of happy where you are with your migration, and then kind of working on building your kingdom internally? So what's next for 1556?
Um, our futures, in every kingdom, we want to improve and grow stronger. Of course, our plan. And actually, like I said, we are a very independent kingdom. We don't want to follow any other people's footsteps like 1846 or 365 or 254. We have our own, agenda. We have our own 556 way to do things. And I would say that after this KVK, we will open our migration again, and hopefully, we will have more fighters, more people coming to us. And after they see that how we fought in this KVK, and how they will see us keep fighting and our upcoming fight, past six and Kingsland, and then I'm pretty sure that people want to come to a kingdom with good fighters and to play with good people. And 556, we have both. We have very good people and we have very good fighters. We have one of the biggest whale, uh, um, and is Baba. And we have one of the best fighter in this game that I have ever seen in my whole entire life. Is Goodfather. They both here, and we have many other fighter too. And I hope that it attracts people to come to us. And we welcome everybody, and I hope that from when they see us fighting, even if on the us are against us. We will keep fighting to the end until there's nothing left for us to do. Everybody should see that in us, that we don't give up easily, and we always do our best to win. And I really hope that people see 556 is a good kingdom for them, and it would fit them. And I would love to have more people after this KvK migrate to 556.
Now that you brought up migration 4, I'm probably going to add a couple more questions. I was kind of planning to end the interview already. But if we are talking about migration, I recently did a video on all the migration mistakes that I have personally done. Now, there are some really stupid mistakes there, but even aside from the stupid ones, one of the things that I struggle with in terms of, considering a kingdom for migration, I live in Sydney, so that's Asian time zone. So I kind of struggle considering going into most of the big Imperium kingdoms, other than 1365, obviously, where it's primarily Asian time zone. So in terms of 1556, is it mainly, say, European Middle Eastern time zone, or what's your setting like over there?
I think we are mostly Asian time zone because VC56 we have Vietnamese and other Southeast Asian people here, and we have about 30% European and American. And in Geo56 they are mostly Saudi Arabia time zone. TN
Middle
is
Eastern, yeah.
yes, TN almost the same, and they have European and other time zone too. And
Hmm.
KM is a Japanese. They just joined us. It's a Japanese alliance. They're also Asian time zone. So I'm pretty sure you fit in here if you wanted to come to us, and we would love to open the door for you.
Now, the second kind of question that I have for you for in terms of migration again is, a lot of people ask this question as in, as a free to play player or as a low spender, they kind of feel intimidated to consider joining a big Imperium kingdom. Now, what's your take on that situation? What do you recommend for those players who wants to fight but they're not big spenders, they're not going to get their crystal tech maxed and so on? Should they still join Imperium kingdoms?
Of course, I don't see it being uh, a you don't have to be a big spender to come to 556 because as you know now, the MGEs are mostly are the key rally and garrison, and all the open field commanders are in the wheels. So people can easily get the commander from the wheels, and then the MGE. The good thing about it too is that the MGE here, most of our wells already have the commander, so it's not really that crazy unless a new commander come out. However, I think the commander should not be the main problem. When people come to 556, they will enjoy the activities of 556 and the fighters that will be there on the field with them. Maybe they don't have the best commander, but if you have 10 people, if you have always people on the field with you to support each other, because this Rise of Kingdom is a team game, as everybody know. There is no one person in Rise of Kingdom. One person cannot do anything in Rise of Kingdom. It need to be a team. It need to be a kingdom, and it need to be people. People have to be there to help each other out. And in 1556, we have that activity. We have a lot of people that willing to fight, and we have a lot of people that will support each other. So the MGE, the commanders, I think it's not a big problem. Even if you're an F2B player, you belong here with us. We don't mind. As the main thing is that the contribution, the active, and if you give us some hour of your time to help us when the KvK come. That's all. I think it's very simple. And most people think that going to an Imperium kingdom they will not have fun, and they will not enjoy it. But honestly, I think the Imperium kingdoms are very fun because we have the activities. We have not only 556. I'm speaking about Imperium in general. The activities, and they have a lot of people here to support each other in every kingdom, and you never be alone on the field, because even if you have the best commander, the best gears, the best everything, and if you are just alone on the field, there's no way you can win anything. So it's all come down to being a team player, and being in the kingdom that will support everybody, that will support each other.
I'm gonna agree with you 100% there. As Fo said, it's not just about 1556. If you're a low spender, free to play player, say for example, my almost free to play alt is in 1365, and I have to say, I have more fun in that account where I only spend $5 on crystal bundle, whatever, no, as in the crystal supply thing, five,
Yes,
seven
yes.
dollars, how much ever it costs. Whereas in my main account, I max crystal tech pretty much as soon as I can. And I have more fun in that small account playing in 1365. And as much as I love people in 3065, I think it's more to do with being surrounded by other fighters all the time, which is pretty much what Fo was saying. Now, for my alt belongs to 1365 already, so that account is never migrating out of there unless they kick me out. But then my main is quite open, and I'm probably gonna take you up on that invite for migration to 1556, but then it depends on how well you guys fight when you are facing 1254. Now I know that for the last 1 year you guys have been fighting in hard KvKs against each other and all that, and both sides have been impressive. But this time around it's a special challenge because you're fighting three kingdom versus one in the next zone. So I hope everyone that's interested about 1556 checks out my stream, your stream, and you got Bye Bye Z covering your KvK as well. So everyone streams, and hopefully you guys put up a good fight, and that's how you get more migrants coming.
You don't have to hope that we gonna go into good up to put up a good fight. We will,
All
like I
right,
said.
that's some confidence, and we like to see our leaders being confident. So thank you for being here today. It actually has been an honor having
No.
someone like you on our channel. So hopefully this becomes more of a regular thing if we do end up joining 1556 ourselves, and then maybe we can collab on some videos and streams and so on. For
Oh, the pleasure is mine. Anytime and anything for you, my friend. We are friends anyway.
Sounds great. All right, guys. So thank you, and viewers. I hope you guys appreciated us bringing in one of the leaders from 1556. I do hope that we can do the same with some of the other bigger kingdoms. But me being a small YouTuber, my reach is quite limited. In most cases, when I message a leader, I don't get a reply. But then Fo has been kind enough to join us our stream, so we definitely thank him, and I will see you guys in the next video when we are streaming 1556 again. Bye for now. Don't forget to like and subscribe.